Welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. Yeah, I am professional, especially when I drink. Faders, I'm very, very sorry, but today we're not here with Jeremy or Tom. It's just me, myself, all by myself.
In the karaoke room.
It is a karaoke room. Yeah, you got to do a little karaoke in this place. And I'm here with two very, very special guests. Two people that I've been trying to get on their podcast for a very, very long time. And here they are. Like, it's been years. I've got Kalin and I've got Robin from the Tokyo Love Hotel organization. Yes. Woo! Yeah, we're in a karaoke booth and we're not singing yet. Well, once we get faded, who knows? Crazy things happen in karaoke booths. And first crazy thing, kanpai. Cheers. Welcome to Got Faded Japan.
Cheers and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You guys are officially faders. I have to say, I've heard about your events maybe 6 months ago from Pretty Lich, who's been on the show. And, he was talking about Tokyo Love Hotels. He's like, oh my God, I was at Tokyo Love Hotels, and it was so incredible. And I thought he was talking about a love hotel. And I was like, man, you get freaky. You were dancing, and you took out, oh, wow, and he's like talking about it and really giving a lot of hype. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Where is this hotel? And he's like, no, man, it's not a hotel. What? You don't know about Tokyo Love Hotels? I'm like, I've been to a lot of them, of course. He's like, no, it's an organization. It's an event. You got to go to it. It's probably one of the best events happening in Tokyo right now. That's right. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And so I did a little bit of research and I found your events and I went into Instagram, and you guys have a very impressive Instagram page. And your events look absolutely spectacular. A lot of cool people are hanging out. Lots of great music, lots of incredible art, and that's kind of like my thing. And I saw a lot of the artists, I looked them up, and you guys have some grade A top shelf artists up there, and I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and that's a podcast. Thank you very much. Well, you guys, I told you it was short and sweet and to the point. So what I'm going to do now is ask you guys some basic questions about Tokyo Love Hotels. We're going to introduce your organization to the world, to all 5 people listening. Hi, Mom. And she doesn't listen. She doesn't know I do this shit. If she did, I'd be so disowned. Especially all the religious stuff I talk about. Oh, God, yeah, it'd be terrible. Yeah.
Intriguing.
Oh, boy. Yeah, she's like, oh, my son, he's a drunk. I'm like, Mom, it's not drunk, it's faded.
Right.
It sounds better. It's not alcoholism.
Wait, with 10 years, how many episodes have you made in total?
Oh my God, yes. This is episode number 676.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
That's a lot of weeks. This is a weekly podcast.
That's
yes.
so cool.
That's amazing.
And the only times we missed a week is like when I left the country and my co-hosts were too drunk to do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is, you got to be really drunk when you can't podcast on a podcast about booze.
That's real
Right.
cool.
Yeah. We've had a lot of great guests on the show. Are you guys Canadian or American or?
Nope.
French, Spanish,
No.
German, Italian, Russian, Ecuadorian, Swedish.
Yeah.
I spent some time in Stockholm. Yeah.
Nice. For what?
Oh, I can't talk about that. No. When I was in high school, I stayed in Finland for about a month and a half, and I went to Stockholm for a couple of days. And they called me Yankee Boy, and they told me all the bad things to say. Yeah.
Yeah, in Swedish.
Oh yeah, in Swedish. Yeah, I just remember the worst phrase. Yeah.
What was it?
I can't say it right now.
It's not like we understand.
Oh, I do.
Wait, you're Swedish too?
No.
Oh, okay, then I can
None
say
of
it.
them
No
say
problem.
they understand and me. So
Okay.
just say it.
So no. So there I am. I'm at this bar, and I'm with like all like my Finnish friends and my Swedish friends, and they're like, Johnny, we're gonna. That's a bad Swedish accent. Okay, they're like, Johnny, we're gonna teach you some Swedish. I'm like, okay. They're like, okay, this is how you get a beer at the bar. Go up to the bartender and say, "Slicka mina fira," and I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to the bar stop, and I'm like, "Slicka mina fira." They're like, okay, Yankee Boy, here's it. Yeah, so.
I think he gave you a drink?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was like 16 years old. I'd say anything for a drink back then,
Right.
So,
right.
yeah, it means something really bad that we're not going to talk about at all.
All right.
Yeah, we're not even going to write it in Braille. Yeah, no, it's super bad. But anyway, that's the only thing I learned because I said it all throughout the night before they told me what it meant. And then I was like, What?
Oh, cute.
Oh man, I'm just an innocent young boy from Michigan, and you're making me say these things. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I didn't tell them it was Detroit. I just said Michigan, but yeah. If I said Detroit, boy, they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna teach you some really bad stuff to say." Oh man. So okay, you're from Sweden, and where are you from?
I'm British and Japanese.
Half British, half Japanese. Okay, I'm a lot of half bad stuff, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly American. Shh, they don't know. So, okay, Tokyo Love Hotels. Tell me, what is the concept?
Simply put, it's an event that focuses on providing a platform for artists to experiment, have their first live performance, their first DJ set, sell, network, make connections, essentially do anything related to the art that they're working with at a place that is free to exhibit at and where we don't take commission. So there's basically no losses. Like, if you want to play your first DJ set, for example, no clubs are obviously going to book you because it's your first. You don't have the CV yet, right? So come to us, play your first set. If you fuck up, that's fine. That's on you. You do your thing. Have a great time at Love Hose, and then run out into the world and see where you can take your stuff.
Well, that's fantastic. That is really, really cool. There's a lot of people that are trying to get their foot in the door in Tokyo, and it is really, really hard to get your foot in the door in Tokyo. I was a DJ for 10 years, like back in the day, and just getting gigs at first was kind of difficult. So my friends and I organized our own events, and then we kind of like took off from there. But yeah, that's really cool that you offered that platform. That's awesome. And so like photography, painting, sculpture, t-shirt design, like anything across the board is cool.
Haircuts, tattoos,
tattoos,
nails, tarot card readings.
That's awesome.
Literally anything entrepreneurial that you would like to work with.
Wow.
That comes from you is what we welcome there. So it could literally be anything.
That's cool. And you guys have done the tattoos there, right?
Yeah, both.
Wow.
Both real tattoos, henna, jaguar. Even those, what are they called? The little stick-on, like, water, the temporary tattoos, too.
See, I'd be cool with those. Like, I've got a lot of tattoos, and, like, I know when I drink, I come up with some really wild ideas. So, I mean, I'd go up there and I'd be like, I want ET on my stomach. That looks like my stomach.
And
yeah, that's why it's there. That's how I got my ET tattoo, actually. Oh, man. So, where is Tokyo Love Hotels?
It's at Sanki's Penthouse.
Where?
Sanki's Penthouse.
Sanki's Penthouse.
At Meiji Jingumae, which is basically Harajuku.
Cool place.
Central Tokyo. It's like the 10th floor and 11th floor, the penthouse view. Cityscape. Very nice venue.
Very cool.
Very gorgeous. Cool. Kind of hotel-esque in its vibe.
Yeah.
Originally, Sanki's was or still is, I think, a legendary club in London.
Nice.
Also have one, I think, is it Ibiza? Around the world. And they also had one club in Tokyo before, closed down, but opened up the penthouse instead as more kind of like a lounge.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
Where we have been residing for the past 4 years, right? Yeah, 4 years.
Wow, awesome. So you guys have been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did it get started?
So.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to take a drink. I'm not even supposed to drink tonight.
So me and Robin both are artists. I paint and he makes music. And 2019 or end of 2018 when we started, I wanted to sell t-shirts that I painted on, you know. So I wanted to do an event, and I wanted to do it with him where he could sing and I sell my tees, and we make it a very intimate, small event. And the first event was located in the Shibuya Love Hotel district.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so that's why kind of the name came into play as well, because we were trying to think of how to make our event different. So we were like, okay, it's in the Love Hotel district. Is that cool? Is it a charm, or is it like we shouldn't use it because it's, you know, it's Love Hotels? But we kind of thought it's cute. It has the word love in it, and it's very Tokyo. It's like pop culture Tokyo, you know, and it's catchy. So we thought it's cute. So we ran with it. So the first event was called Tokyo Love Hotels Volume 1, basically. I sold teas and he sang, like 40 people max capacity venue.
Those are great.
It was fun. It was like super chill.
Comfortable.
People came, we just had fun. And we never thought it would grow into anything more than that. And then...
Boy, were you wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
no.
Yeah. And then, like, months later, it so happened we found another venue that was willing to lend us the space for free. Little bigger, say 70 people capacity. And then, again, I sold T-shirts. Robin performed. Since it was bigger, we had a few more pop-ups and exhibits. And that was it, just simply. And of course, none of them had to pay for the space. Whatever they sold, they kept. And that was the whole point. And we did that event, still not thinking anything more.
Yeah.
And it was a fun night. That was it. A few months later, Sankey's Penthouse opened up. I went to just go there to see my friend that was bartending. Just opened, and I was like, well, this is nice. And I told Sankey's that I throw events and that I want to throw events there. And they probably thought that I was some big event promoter. And they were like, oh, please, we just opened, we want events, like we need publicity. And I was like, okay, shit. And I told Robin, and then we got kind of scared because it was such a nice venue, and we just did two little...
Yeah, it was a major-ass jump.
Events.
Really?
And they just probably expected way so much from us, asking us how many people we think we could bring, and we're like, oh shit, we just did like 40 people, and then so we actually turned Sankey's down. We were like, it's probably not for us, and we actually turned them down.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that makes them want you even more. They're like,
Apparently.
Sankey's isn't good enough, huh?
And
These two hot shots come to us.
crazy, right? And then they were like, oh no, we'll give you a try, we'll give you a chance. And we're like, okay. So we did it. Way bigger space, way nicer, obviously. So we put in some for real DJs, way more exhibits, way more pop-ups, added live painting. It was still intimate, but it was way bigger scale than what we'd done in the past twice. And when we did that, like 100+ people came. I was in awe. I cried. Robin was like,
we did it. I can't believe we did it.
We were so happy, and Sankey's was so happy. And ever since that was our third Love Ho event. And ever since that, Sankey's and we have been growing together, publicly, like mutually benefiting each other. And yeah, 4 years have passed.
Yeah.
And it's been ups and downs. It's
Yeah.
been great.
Wow.
They understand us. We understand them.
And that's important.
That's very important.
That is fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you go to your Instagram, can you plug your Instagram right now?
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
mean? What do you mean?
At
Oh,
Love
at-
Hotel.
At Tokyo Love Hotels.
Okay, that's
At
it right
Tokyo
there.
Love Hotels, yeah.
Okay, so that's the Instagram. So yeah, if you go to the Instagram, you can see you guys have like a lot of people that show up, and everybody's having such a great time. I mean, the vibe is really cool. I mean, it's like one of those parties that you really want to go to, and it's like one of those parties that you regret that you didn't go to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool. I really, really think your parties are really amazing, and I can't wait to go. I think on the 28th of this month. Yeah.
20... No.
No.
Was it
February 25th.
February 20? Oh, you're gonna make me wait. But actually, that's good because there's a lot of people listening that are gonna come to Japan, and now they know where to go.
Please
Cool.
come.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, awesome. Wow, that answered like a lot of my questions. How did you guys ever organize events anywhere else? Not like in the Love Hotel district. I mean, like in your hometown or something like that. Or did you just jump into it, with Tokyo Love Hotels?
For me at least, I started throwing events back in 2009 in Nishiazabu.
Oh, Nishiazabu.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Back in the day. Trying to kind of gather the international community, creating like a little club vibe for them, including myself. Just essentially just a reason to party and have a cool theme every time.
Yeah.
But I ran that for a year or so, and it was really, really fun. And then was a huge ass hiatus doing other stuff, and then getting back into events with a couple of other things such as La Fondue, which was a platform promoting local artists, but only music, solely music to start off with.
Yeah, and you sing. What kind of music do you sing?
I do. So I sing contemporary vocals, but
Cool.
then I'm also in a rock band and in I would say like a Japanese fusion pop band.
Really? Wow, I should book you.
Oh, please do.
Yeah. I should book you too. Yeah.
Please do.
Wow. We're all booking each other tonight. This is great. Yeah, that sounds kind of bad. Okay, I take the. I'll edit that out. Probably not. No, that's where the comedy comes from. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No, but mostly, yeah. So there was experience in events, but there was also always some other kind of backing. There was also always, as with a client or a kind of a company on the side, or
sponsors.
There was a team of people that knew what they were kind of doing. So, as you say in Swedish, I slid in on a shrimp sandwich.
That's dirty too.
Slide.
Which means that you have everything laid out for you, so it was easy for me to kind of snap up.
Really?
Cool. Whereas with Love Hotels, it was a whole new thing. It was a whole new concept. It was the whole new world, and it was just us two standing against this massive thing called Sankey's Penthouse that was so fancy. Still is fancy, but was so fancy, which made it look like a really big hurdle for us to kind of go through it.
Yeah, shit's scary.
And we did.
Yeah, but isn't that exciting?
Yeah,
you know?
of course. And it's part of the challenge. And now we're on to like event number volume 40 or 41, I think.
41. Oh my god. And you guys do these every month, right? They're monthly events? Isn't it tough to do monthly events? Like, I've been organizing events since I was in college, right? I used to organize raves and nightclub events when I was in university. It's actually how I paid for half my college, right? Yeah, especially the raves. Raves are where the money's at. I mean, thank you, Oakland, for being so cheap back in the day. But,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Oakland. Oakland, you did us well. Yes. Look up Mosaic Raves. Maybe there's something online. Or Melting Pot in San Francisco. You probably won't get raves. But anyway, so I've been organizing parties for like the longest time, and it is really, really tough to do a monthly. I mean, a monthly is like the hardest, because it's just like, as soon as like, all right, if you have your event on Saturday, Sunday, you wake up, recover from your hangover, and then you're like, okay, we need to book DJs and artists. Okay, all right, let's get on the phone. First, let's thank everybody for coming. Yeah, it's really tough.
We were just talking about that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, do you guys do you find it kind of difficult to get new talent at this point? Or is there's so many new people coming to Japan right now where it's just like, it's easy, Because for me, I'm organizing like art exhibitions right now, and it's sometimes, well, it really depends. Like for some months, or not months, but some events, it's really easy because like all of a sudden you just get like this influx of people who want to showcase their work. And then other times, it's really tough because either a lot of people leave Japan or it's just like, nobody wants to showcase, nobody has anything new to show or something. So
you're right.
Yeah.
It definitely depends on the season for sure.
Yeah.
But then also, given that we've been running this for so many volumes for so many years now, we already have a directory of artists, and it spans over, I think, in total with the amount that we haven't used yet, that we also have had, probably amounts to around like 400 or 500 people. And the thing is, even if we end up using new artists, there's also one of the artists who've had from back in the day that have new work out or would like to try something else, or would want to kind of maybe switch from exhibits to live painting or try out DJing. So there's always content, but for sure, also because we're quite theme oriented, every event we have a strict theme and try to abide by that and make sure that the artist also kind of, that it matches the vibe. Yeah, we want it to look like a puzzle and all the puzzle pieces are coming together.
That's awesome.
For that very reason, it's sometimes quite tricky to find available artists or artists that or new talent that would match what we're trying to look for at that month.
That's true. Yes. Would that be like the biggest challenge? All right, then what's the biggest challenge? That's my biggest challenge.
Biggest challenge? Finding
This microphone's right. If you whisper, it's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it's picking it up.
Trust me, you got to be careful what you say in this podcast.
It's expansion. Actually, it's expansion. I mean, there's been a lot of talk because what we have with Sankey's is amazing, but at one point in time, we will have to expand. We'll have to find a bigger venue. But there are no other bigger venues that are as gorgeous or up to par and have the same amount of equipment that Sankey's does. Yeah. And we're so happy with the team that we're working with there anyway. So it's this constant, like, also when COVID happened, it's like, will we survive? Will the entertainment industry survive? It's probably safer to stay put. And then with as the years pass by, now we've kind of we've identified ourselves with Sankey's in such a way that it's also difficult to leave because we're kind of one, right? Yeah. So expansion is one for sure, and it's also, I think, a part of that is the relevance. staying relevant and staying cool is probably the biggest challenge, because it started out as a small underground event for local artists to come to, like a speakeasy kind of thing, you know.
Cool. Yeah.
It's
And
cool
it's
then.
yeah, and it's grown into something more public, something more official, something more what is it, like marketable, I guess. And to be able to still stick to that original kind of vibe of promoting local artists and having a like underground cool community come, but at the same time expand and build such a big community that everyone's welcome, that's a tricky balance to kind of find. But we're doing what we can. We're doing our best. We make sure to give everyone the same amount of attention and promotion and focus, and we stay true to who we are. And through that, I think I can speak for the both of us and say that, like, through that we've kind of persevered.
Wow, fantastic. Wow, that's great to hear. Oh, man. So what if you do something like maybe like every 6 months you rent like a warehouse or something? Like in Shinagawa, they have those warehouses that you can rent where sometimes they have like kind of like legal raves or something like that. I mean, I painted up one of those before. And, you know, it's kind of a hike to get to one of those places. But it's actually, that's what kind of makes it cool, because it's kind of hard to find, you know?
Yeah.
We definitely considered doing like a once in a year festival kind of situation, or maybe a few more times a year. But yeah, we're definitely thinking about how to expand in different ways.
Yeah. And also just running this monthly, we're so busy already.
Oh, I
Just
can
getting
imagine.
every
Yeah.
event ready and growing the community and keeping ourselves kind of in the moment. Like, that is taking up enough time that it's also like trying to make it expand outside of those borders. We're still, like, after 4 years, I still feel like we're still learning about the exact same event that we've been running for 4 years. When it comes to logistics and the design and how to find people and how to communicate
Promotion,
with people,
yeah.
and just how the event runs itself. And there's still a lot of details that we learn things every month, right? We learn as we go. And although running it for 4 years, we're still learning every time. That I feel like this is kind of amassing up to something that would essentially lead to us feeling ready to actually throw a major ass one. But it takes time. It really does. And we want to be prepared.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about hiring staff, like assistants?
Yeah.
We are.
Oh, you are? Or,
Now-
or let's call
now
them
we're thinking-
interns.
Yeah,
You don't
for
have to pay interns, trust me.
Exactly.
We are, but it's also tricky at the same time because we have a very unique way of communicating with each other. There's also
chirp.
chirp. Like,
Wait a second. Yeah, you
No,
can't
it's
throw
not that
that out
deep.
there.
It's not that deep.
It's not that
Is
deep.
it like sign language? I know how to say bad words in sign language too.
No, there are no bad words.
Really?
It's just sounds.
Really?
Used to communicate.
Whoa! Look at all this. Hey, what's up? I'm Johnny, aka the Spilled Ink, the one and only, and today I'm going to make a popsicle painting. I'm really excited to do this. I've got all my paints here. It takes about this much paint to make a popsicle painting, and I've got my two other most important ingredients. Very strong hot coffee. Oh, actually, that's not that hot, but still, it's strong coffee. And I've got punk rock music. With these two things, nothing could go wrong. All right, with that said, let's rock.
Getting the sense of humor, but also understanding the artist's perspective, but also the business side of things. And also having experience with Japan and the Japanese community as well. There's a lot of things that need to kind of click. A lot of boxes to tick for it to work.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And a lot of the things that we do is things that not just one person can do. It's like shoving things back and forth in order to make one product come to life, right? So to put someone in there in the midst of it all, it's tricky to find the balance, but we are looking for someone, and we're trying to come up with a logical way to have certain things work smoother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you find it easy to work with one person in a team? It's more intimate, or do you, like when you're in your past, you worked like with big groups of people? Which is easier for you?
Small team.
Small team. Why?
Two.
Just because intimate and, you don't have to worry about all the other, like, opinions.
No, but it's...
Every choice is a
It's
flip of the coin. You win.
I think putting it like this, it's different when there's hierarchy, right? It's different when you know who is the team manager, who is the planner, who does the PR, when everyone has their spot. However, me and Kalin, we're so extremely similar when it comes to personality and way of thinking and
Star sign, moon sign, rising, all that.
All the chirps.
Whoa!
Whoa.
All the chirps are aligned, and for that very same reason, it just works so smoothly because
like,
everything is
this
balanced.
is a miracle. Me and him is a miracle.
Yeah.
Just finding somebody to work with to expand whatever your passion is near impossible, I think, to find somebody.
Tell me about it.
It's
I work alone.
so hard. Yeah, I've worked alone for the longest time until we realized how much we click.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how did you meet then?
American Apparel.
American, where you're like shopping, you both grabbed for like the same pair of socks at the same time, like
we're working.
you like retro pink too?
Yeah.
That's good. But no, we
I'm
were
a funny
both
guy.
working backstock back in the day.
Oh, so you guys work together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
That was super fun.
Is there American Apparel still?
There used to be here.
Yeah, it's not anymore, right?
Closed down.
Yeah, the last one I think was in Dakanyama.
Yeah, maybe Shibuya was probably the last one.
Probably
standing.
Shibuya, yeah. Shibuya, you
That's
smoking
where
gun.
we were, working there together like 15 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
I think just another thing, the reason why it is easier as a small group is because not only because we are so similar, but also to go back to like the hierarchy thing, we're equal and we're fine with feeling equal. And there's no like we can bounce off ideas with each other on most days without feeling like there needs to be any sort of like the higher power come in to kind of settle anything because we think so alike. So adding that to a bigger group, at the end of the day, it's going to be that group and us stick together as some conjoined twins.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Nice.
so we might as well just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Smaller is actually better. Wow, that's interesting. Well, you guys answered all my questions. Show's over. All right, let's drink. Okay, so my next question, and one of the last ones. If somebody wants to organize events in Tokyo, like what would you recommend for them? Some kind of tips or something? I recommend don't do it. Don't do it. Leave it for us. We don't need any more competition.
Oh, good. I agree. Man.
To start up events, not exhibit or get their art out there per se, but to actually
Let's do
run
both.
events.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Get a free venue. Don't do it unless the venue is free.
Okay, that's actually great.
Yeah. I mean, you probably won't even do it, I think, but unless the venue is free, but
It's hard to find. It's almost literally impossible to find a free event or a free venue.
Yeah, but if you're able to start there, venues often charge also for the same reason because they feel like they have that value and because they can provide a certain kind of thing, right? But if you're starting up as an event, finding a free venue where you feel like you won't make any fat ass losses, because even if you fuck up the first couple of times, there's a big chance you might actually success by the third or the fourth, right?
Takes time.
But if you're gonna have to pay a venue fee, or if you have to pay, I don't know, whatever rental fees that you would have to pay,
Kickback system,
kickbacks and everything on the first couple events, and if they end up failing, that might probably kill your motivation as well in the end. So
And your wallet, yeah, for sure.
When there honestly could have been a chance for you by the fourth time.
True that. Okay, what about artists?
Artists, like for the same reason we created Love Hotels, is because it is expensive here. It is tricky. Like the live houses in Japan, as a musician, the live houses in Japan, there's a crazy kickback system where it's like you may start getting 30% back per ticket after the 20th guest that comes.
20th? Well, you're definitely not dealing with
there's a
DJ
lot of
clubs.
that.
Usually it's 50.
and then you have to pay for rental fees, and sometimes they have like a PA fee, and it just ends up.
Wow.
It's kind of like you just hiring a rental studio to
back when we
practice.
started Love Hotels, no events was allowing artists to exhibit their work or do pop-ups or perform for free. Maybe perform more likely, but still, it's it was like unheard of. everyone's trying to make money, so it's like, of course you're gonna have to pay to do your pop-up at our event. So that was always the case, and it's like, but what the fuck, like, we don't have money, we're artists, struggling artists, like, it's tough. So that was the purpose of doing Tokyo Love Hotels, and that's kind of become the norm now. Many events have pop-ups for free, many exhibits for free, and like, you have to have a pop-up at an event these days now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And off topic, maybe.
So for sure. So in comparison to before, coming to Tokyo or Japan now as an artist that would like to exhibit, there are many options out there. There's many events that are there to promote the community, to help you get your art out there, right? So probably as an artist, the first thing you should do is not look up a gallery and pay billions of bucks, and where they take 50% commission off of all your
galleries
sales.
are real.
But you should start with trying out at the events. For example, Tokyo Love Hotels, where you come, do your thing, check out the crowd, do some networking,
make friends, that they'll come to your exhibit when you have your solo in Tokyo, whatever.
And if you're lucky, you'll find some gallery owner or someone that knows someone that might be able to link you up later on as well.
That's true. That's definitely true. That's great advice. Okay.
Email us.
So what's your Instagram again?
At Tokyo Love Hotels.
Can't go wrong. And I'll have all that information in the show notes. So just scroll down, you'll find it. Okay. So as I said, I've organized events for many years in Detroit, San Francisco, Tokyo, even Yokohama, and I've had good times and bad times, and I've got every single war story you can think of. Because when you organize an event, you got to deal with Murphy's Law, and Murphy is a fickle bitch. Because if something can go wrong, it's
fickle or fecal.
It does. Oh, probably both. Murphy sucks. Yeah, but the thing is, if it can go wrong, it's definitely going to go wrong. I mean, even at my last exhibition, a lot of things went wrong, and you just learn from it, and you kind of go with it and stuff, and being an organizer, you just basically got to be really laid back when bad things happen, and also you got to think really quickly. If something goes wrong, you're like, okay, find a solution. Okay, how about this? Okay, let's do that. So I've got my war stories. Most of you faders out there have heard me bitch and complain many times about them, but I want to hear one of yours.
Fire alarm.
Fire alarm. All right.
So what happened?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, shall I just run it?
Yes, run it.
So it was actually one of the events that I think we were looking forward to the most as well. Like, Love House is really picking up. The community was getting it. Like, there were lines outside down the road. Just
nice.
Like, people couldn't get in for like an hour. It was really cool. And at that exact same timing, we had some little dude that allegedly was too drunk.
Why are you looking at me?
Looking at the camera.
Whoa, wait a second.
Looking at the camera.
It wasn't me, I swear to God.
You don't even know what you did at this point.
Right.
I do like to drink.
So the fire alarm went off.
Uh-huh.
And according to the building that Sanke's is located at, all floors need to evacuate. And it's like 11th floors of stores and restaurants.
At like 9:30 prime time.
At 9:30 prime time, when it's max lituation.
Yeah.
So we had to evacuate everything, and although it was a false alarm, you still have to. And the fire got one
Fire truck.
Fire trucks.
Fire truck. Yeah.
They have to come. They need to check out. They need to do all the security checkups and And in order for that to happen, you need to evacuate everyone. So at that time, we were like, shit, what do we do?
There's thousands of people in the streets.
Yeah. And we were like, are we allowed? So the first thought was, okay, let's get everyone out there as soon as possible. Let's have our friends help us with the elevator and just guide, like it was like a Titanic moment, like just guide everyone.
People like jumping out the windows.
And then just have those checkup, that vibe, No one did. But it was that kind of vibe in our minds. Because we prepared so long for this. So just having people like going down with the elevators, us thinking that we can go through with the security checkup and then open back up, but we weren't allowed to do that either. Like, once it happened, it happened.
We did shut down.
So, but what's crazy though, because at that point we were like, okay, we really fucked up this whole night, right?
Oh, no.
And you couldn't be pissed off with the guy either, because it turned out that on the security cameras he was just leaning wrong, and his elbow managed to kind of like magical reason.
Was he at your event?
Yeah.
I bet it was Saito.
It was a drunken mishap.
Fucking Saito. Yeah, Saito.
It was a...
Saito's... He works for us. He's always fucking up.
Saito-san?
Saito. You know Saito-san?
I don't know Saito-san.
You don't know Saito-san?
I don't know
He's a
Saito-san.
son of a gun, Saito-san. I'm watching you.
But according to what we know, the information that we have, it was just a mishap. Mm-hmm. But when life gives you lemons, life also made lemonade. Not that we made lemonade, but it really did. People, it ended up being more like Love Hotels was so lit that night that it was put on fire, kind of thing.
We were the party that got shut down that night, and we all, the party ended early, so we all went out that night to other places. And when we went to the other parties, they were like, "Oh, you just came from Love Hotels? Like, I heard that shit got shut down." And we were like, "Yeah."
Is that good?
Sure. So in a way, we were the talk of the town. Right?
Yeah, we were, and like on socials as well. Like even like the stories, everyone's like, "Oh, it's fucking lit, fire!"
And people taking music videos by the fire trucks with all the fire,
Really? Oh my god!
Music videos.
Yeah.
And the word fire, like not the literal meaning of fire, but the word fire really got a
hashtag Fire Hotel.
coined itself that night.
The next event that we did, we always have our themes and we always have like a hashtag, whatever. The one that got shut down, we had called it Save the Earth, so it was supposed to be like a global warming, like Save the Earth consciousness kind of thing.
Yeah, like
it got shut down,
environmental friendly one.
So the next one we're gonna do, we called it Do Not Disturb. Was the hashtag, and that was the most popular, littiest event that we have ever had. Most people, other than Halloween, but most people came that night because we just shut down the last event. It was too lit, so everybody wanted to come to the next one.
Oh my god!
It worked out.
Yeah, it did. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Okay, yeah,
wow,
that was
fantastic.
There's probably and I don't think there's been any more kind of like big crazy things. It's only the minor stuff, as in like. Knock on wood, yeah.
Yeah,
in, like
geez, that's
pop up.
plastic. Isn't that bad luck? There's no wood. This is Tokyo. There's no wood.
As in, like, only small things, like pop-ups end up not showing up, or someone starts
no-show?
or someone starts just packing up in the middle of the event.
Really?
When people are like looking at their art and they're just like, and then like that kind of stuff.
Last train. Oh my god, that's ill.
But really, no, we've been lucky. We've been really lucky. But we're also quite meticulous when it comes to getting the event ready and knowing.
Oh, you gotta be. You gotta be. Yeah, my last event I had, the toilet broke. Really? It's a week-long event, and exhibition, and the toilet broke. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get such a discount. But yeah, oh my god. So basically, there was a problem, toilet broke. So we had to talk to like the two restaurants below where we were. And time's up. And that's a show.
All right, 10 more minutes.
No. Yeah, it's okay. Hi. And that's how you speak Japanese. My poor accent. But yeah, the toilet broke, so basically I had to contact the two restaurants below and explain the situation. There's no problem with that, and so problem solved. But still, when someone's like, "Hey Johnny, where's the restroom?" I'm like, "At the Thai restaurant downstairs." Like, "Don't you have a restroom?" I'm like, it's the balcony, but let's keep that under the table.
This is like an event or just an exhibition? Like,
an exhibition, yeah. Oh, it was so massive. We had, it was like a week-long event, and we had on one day we had free yoga lessons in the gallery. Another day we had free drawing classes. We had like 5 bands perform, and then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we had like basically it was our full-on gallery. We had 21 or 22 artists that were exhibiting their work. And when I brought in Danny Love, this graffiti artist from Brooklyn, New York, flew him out and he was showcasing his work. It was his first time leaving America, showcasing his work. He had to get a passport and everything. So out of all the times for the toilet to break, that was not a good one. So and it was
cool, though.
It was pretty much steady. We had a steady influx of people from Friday night to Sunday night. And pretty much Sunday night when we were closing at 8 o'clock, there's still people trying to come in, and we're just like, oh shit, sorry,
Cool.
So yeah, you gotta show your work.
Let me know when I can do it next time.
Yeah, dude, I'm booking artists right now. Yeah, we'll talk later. Anyway. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come here. I know you guys are super busy. You guys got a lot of stuff going on. And thank you so much for being on Got Faded Japan. And one more time, plug your next event, location, where they can find it and stuff, and etc.
So volume 36, officially volume 36, unofficially volume 42.
Just say 42.
Say 100.
No, because we do Halloween and Christmases, so they don't have all the volumes attached to them. But the next event, unofficially whatever, is happening on the 25th of February at Sanki's Penthouse in Tokyo. Another lineup of really cool artists, exhibits, live performances, live painting, good drinks, good music, good people, nice community. Also at Tokyo Love Hotels. Also check out Kalin Law on Instagram for very beautiful art pieces.
Do it.
Artist.
Do it.
And if you feel like it, check out Robin.Rastenberger.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spell that one. Everybody listening to this show is already drunk. Like R-A-S.
You're gonna write it, right?
I'm gonna write everything down. All right, just check into the show notes. Anyway, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Faders, you know what to do. Go to iTunes, give us a 5-star review, write something groovy. It really helps out the show. We've got Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon. It costs $5, which is basically buying us a beer. It's nothing to you, but it means the world to us. We're all over all SNS. We're even on TikTok. You can see Tom. Tom's got his shirt off. He's dancing around with his kid. It's kind of illegal, but it's cool. It's on TikTok, whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for fading with us, and hi, Kampai. We'll see you next week. Peace.